Hi, very happy to be here again. Very happy to answer your questions. So today I have a lot of questions here in my in my notes, and I'm super happy. I feel like we're starting to have this connection, and thank you everyone that is watching these videos. My intention with these videos is not to substitute a teacher at all, because that's something that is precious, and yoga is a relationship, and a relationship that will eventually materialize into your life. So I am just a little reminder that there's something bigger waiting for you here in India, of course, here in India. And in the meantime, you may find a teacher wherever you are, and there's a list of teachers of those of us who are have been authorized by my teacher or certified, and we are all over the world, and I think that's a wonderful network, and someone will be teaching close to you, maybe doing a workshop or doing some type of Mysore program or anyways. But the first question is how to start an Ashtanga practice, and this is a wonderful question, beautiful. I think beginning the journey of Ashtanga is something very special and very miraculous for all of us. We all come to yoga when we are kind of disappointed and hopeless, not only about life, but also about ourselves and how we have faced life circumstances, maybe not in the most skillful way, but we're kind of like a little blind, and we know we want something that is going to help us wake up and be more present and be more skillful also, not only in our yoga mat but in our life, because the yoga mat is only a preparation for life. I really don't understand those yogis that are professional yogis. We all have families, we have careers, we have dreams, we have projects. So any skill that we develop in our practice, including patience, compassion, awareness of the body, awareness of our thoughts, self-connection, all that will go into our lives. And we then can start living our life from a truer space inside of us. That's the aim of yoga. Yoga is not a fitness regime. Now in these times of darkness, yoga, they use the word yoga for anything. And beginners, since they don't know, they think anything is yoga. So they get confused into fitness regimes, so they get confused into studios that are like clubs where you go socialize, where you go in crazy, but people go and search for partners in the yoga studio. It's like, let's say Ashtanga is the yoga of the no. So it means that you come to Ashtanga when you're really convinced that you want to open your mat every day, 6 days a week. You come to Ashtanga when you need a spiritual practice. You come to Ashtanga when you're ready to take that leap of faith into the unknown, in the shadow of our heart, that spot that has been let's say a little abandoned. And coming to Ashtanga in the beginning is gonna look very challenging, because Ashtanga is taught in a very particular way, different from other yoga classes in this world of commercial yoga. Most yoga classes today are taught in the way that the teacher is doing their own practice and the students are copying them. And I declare myself guilty of that, because I did it before I found my teacher and before I knew about Mysore programs. So what is the difference between a class where you just follow the leader and a class when you take responsibility and learn the series by memory? And the difference is that you understand yoga is yours. Yoga is your personal connection to the prana through your body and your mind and your emotions. If you're following someone else, you're doing their yoga. You are copying their practice. And this is usually very distracting. So even in a led practice in Ashtanga yoga, we guide the yoga in Sanskrit, and the students learns, the vinyasas and learns the counts, but the teacher is not physically doing it with the student. Sometimes I like to practice with my students, but that's different. That's like an open studio settle, and then we're all doing our practice, and it's very beautiful also, but I'm not formally teaching. It's more like we're sharing the energy. That's different. But in the Mysore room, the teacher is not actually doing the asana or the breathing with the students. The teacher is surveying the group. And responsibly, one teacher can hold 10, 12 students. More than that, the teacher needs assistance. Like now I was assisting my teacher in Mysore, and he was teaching to a group of 70 students, and there were 6 assistants. So it was like more or less around 10 students per teacher. That's a responsible way to teach, because I've seen vinyasa classes where the teacher is like up there in a pedestal, and there's 100 students in the class or the workshop or whatever, and it happened to one of my students in Costa Rica, and she was beginning and to explore this practice, and someone told her, yoga is great, you're gonna feel amazing, it's beautiful. And then she comes to a class, it's a huge class, and then she comes late and no one welcomes her, and she ends up in the last lane, and there's 100 people, and the teacher in the pedestal is doing his things, and then suddenly he goes in a headstand, and my student tries to do a headstand, and she's overweight, she's never done a headstand, she falls from the headstand and she injures her neck. And she came to me and she was like, super sad. She really wanted to practice, and she was with this chronic pain, and I just thought that was so irresponsible. How yoga is taught today, you have to be so careful. That's also why I don't teach asana or alignment in these YouTube videos. I won't ever do that, I'm sorry. But if you want to learn asana from me, I will ask you to come to India and practice with me, or to meet me in Europe in any of my workshops. I won't be that daring. Why? Because I don't know where you are, I don't know what is happening with your body, I don't know what is happening in your heart. And teaching yoga is about reading a lot of what the student is going through. Because, for example, a student that is mourning the death of a parent, or has been through a divorce, or has an illness, is not the same as a student who is energetic or who is it's very, very personal. So in a Mysore room, the student comes, even if they're beginning their practice, and the teacher, we will teach them the first part of the journey, which is called Surya Namaskar, sun salutations. And that's the medicine. The medicine is so beautiful. It starts very slowly. You start learning the breathing, you start learning the vinyasas, and then stop. And then you will keep repeating that. If you come to one of my workshops, that's my intention. My intention is to meet you and give you the first part. And then you will keep doing it, and maybe you will go to another teacher and learn a little more, and then eventually you will find your teacher and you will stay with them. And hopefully you will meet them every day in the morning and do your practice with their help. That would be the ultimate setting. But I know some of you don't have teachers close to you. I know some of you are stranded somewhere in the world, or for your family circumstances. What I advise you is that you find a teacher, even if you have to travel for the first part of the journey, and learn the basics from them. Don't learn through a video. Learn the basics from a teacher that is responsible, that is being trained. Hopefully they are authorized. Maybe they are not authorized yet in my lineage, but they started the journey of coming to India. And then you can responsibly learn from them, and they will help you, and they will teach you the correct breathing method, which is the most important thing in Ashtanga. And they will also inspire you to keep going. And then you go back home, and then you open your mat every day, hopefully at the same time, hopefully in a dedicated space, where you have maybe, a little candle, a murti, something that inspires you, and then you go within every day and start feeling your body. coming to yoga after many, many years of other sports or no physical activity, it feels like coming back to an abandoned house. And there's like spider webs, and there's everything is creaking and paining, and in the beginning this practice feels like poison, and you feel you're stiff, and then you understand you have neglected yourself, and that's the first part of the journey, because this poison will eventually turn into the sweetest honey. Once the body starts understanding that you're actually taking care of the body when you practice, you're loving yourself, the body will be so, so happy. So starting your practice starts with that curiosity. And then you're going to start reading, you're going to start reading blogs, you're going to start watching accounts. And that's very beautiful also, because that means there's a lot of people in these times that are looking for spiritual support. We are all looking for something beyond the material and the capitalist paradigm. We have realized that anything material will eventually fall down, and there's something that we need to research inside that stays with us throughout the crisis, throughout the impermanence of this life. So yoga is a spiritual sadhana. Yeah, and it all starts with the breath. Actually, Ashtanga is a breathing system, and it looks very complex and acrobatic and very aesthetic, and it's very beautiful, but don't get caught in the visual, because what is happening inside as you practice, even if you're doing a Surya Namaskar, it's so amazing, incredible, and beautiful. It's nurturing your cells, it's giving you fresh prana, it's just like lubricating your joints, it's just like showing you how to open your heart. It's like this dance of bliss for your body. That's the best medicine. And once you have that, that knack, you already know what you're gonna find in your mat every day. Then it starts getting better and better as the more you practice, the more you want to practice. It's like a vicious cycle, but opposite. The more you do it, the more you want to do it. And then I'm sure help will come, help will show up. I would love to meet you, whoever you are and wherever you are. It was very funny this morning because I was checking my subscribers, and I only have like 15 public subscribers, and there's like like more than 50 that are like ghost subscribers. And I don't know who you are, but I'm happy you're here, and I'm here to tell you that you can do it. I'm here to tell you that beginning this journey is the best thing that will ever happen to you. And in 10 years from today, you're gonna thank the universe and the gods from bringing yoga into your life. Thanks the years from today, you're gonna understand that your body is your instrument to be in this physical world. And if your body is like riding a car that is creaking, that the tires are falling, that it's dirty, and it's like, you need to take care of your body, because this is how we ride in life. If the body is happy, we are happy. If the body is open, we're open. Yesterday I had a very bad pain in my neck. Today with practice it feels better. So I am in a good mood. Yesterday I was like a little down, like, oh. And it happens, it's not even from practice. Sometimes it's just from life stress. So I'm here to tell you, start your practice. Go ahead and do it. And don't worry, everything that you need will come to you. Thank you so much.